Hey guys, Jimmy. So yeah, from the title of this video, you may notice, obviously, you may notice that it's going to be maybe a bit triggering for some people, and I don't know why, but it might be, so I'm just going to put that out there in case, because it is going to be talking about mental health. But I'm not going to go too in-depth about mental health, because that's not the point of this video. It's just about my experience in hospital and why that's affected me afterwards, after like a year or two after coming out of hospital. So yeah, just put that trigger warning. Also, I'm not glorifying hospitals. I just want to say this because it might seem like I'm saying, yeah, hospitals are great, everyone go. Like, I'm not saying that. Hospital is like a last resort. Like, I really needed it. I really needed help. So after trying everything else, like, very pissed, everything else, I went to hospital because I really needed it. So I'm just saying, hospitals aren't the first choice, but if you need help, I'm not saying don't go. I'm saying it's just like a last resort. Make sure you've tried everything, unless you really need the help. Okay, now that's out of the way. That was hard. I'm gonna get into it. So yeah, it's quite a touchy subject to me, because I don't really talk about emotions much. If people who know me, they know that I just combat deep talks with humour or sarcasm, because I just don't like getting into that stuff. It's not my favourite conversation starter, really. But I'm going to do it, because it's quite a taboo subject still. Everyone's got mental health, even if you're perfectly fine or if you're crap. Like, everyone's got mental health because it's in the brain. But nobody talks about the true feelings. Everyone's just expected to, how are you? Yeah, I'm good, how are you? Like, it's still like that, even though there's more awareness for it. And I've never really had anyone to talk to about it. I've got therapists, of course, but they're like paid to listen, and you can't really open up too much, because, well, personally, I feel like if you open up too much, you're at risk of them worrying too much and then things getting out of hand. Like, I've had that happen to me when I've said the wrong thing, something that I've not meant, and it's that one word has made the therapist really worried, and they contacted. Yeah, it's just a lot. So yeah, it's quite a taboo subject. I never really talked to my family or friends about it. They know that I struggle, but it's not. It's one of those that it just goes under the carpet. Like, not because they don't want to believe it. They're really supportive. It's just I don't want to talk about it, because I don't want to upset them. Like, I think that's the main cause of people getting so in depth in depression and anxiety and like mental health issues. Like, they keep it all to themselves because, one, they might think it's embarrassing, and two, you don't want to upset your family or friends. Like, it's not their responsibility, you believe. And I get that. I really do get that. But it gets worse, really, I think, if you just bottle it up. So, yeah, basically. Sorry, I keep looking down at my notes because this is hard and I've got to get this all out. So I've put it in my Doctor Who book, because Doctor Who makes me happy and it might make me smile a bit. So yeah, it's just So let me just see where I am. Yeah, I've never really talked about my experience in hospital. Like, not everyone, lots of people know that I've been in hospital. It's not a secret. It's one of those, like, oh, you're in hospital, you're alright? And I was like, yeah. And that's the end of it, which I like, because I don't like being the centre of attention. So yeah, to my hospital story. I was in hospital from April 2017 to July 2017. So, 4 months. Which is quite a long time to say it's in that chunk where you miss a lot of school. Like, where you do like mocks and stuff. I was 14 at the time, and I missed quite a bit of school. And before that as well, I was in and out of just like A&E hospitals, and I missed quite a bit of school then as well. And due to anxiety and episodes of like whatever, I did miss quite a bit of school. So my attendance was shocking. And to be honest, it's 2019 and it still is shocking. But I'm working on it. I just struggle getting in school, and that's other reasons. 1 minute, I've got a code. Hospital wasn't what I expected. Like, you know, on TV you see it, like you see it presented as people in straitjackets, people getting electrotherapy, like all this stuff. Like, at first I did think it was gonna be a bit medieval. I did think it was gonna be a bit, I don't know, old-fashioned and scary. So I was shitting myself really. But it wasn't. It was just the staff were nice. Some of them were, you know, but you get that in every place. Like, some people are absolutely balmy. Blah, blah. And the patients, they weren't crazy, if that makes sense. Like, they weren't like you see on TV, like screaming and running at you. And it's nothing like that. There were some sleepless nights, especially on my first night. I remember, I'm not gonna say any names, but the patient next door was having a rough time. That's what we were. We were kids going through a rough time and needing help, and that's why we were there. So yeah, the patient next door, they were having a rough time, and all night they were just like screaming, crying. It was really heartbreaking, but it wasn't like crazy screaming. It was just, you know, someone in pain. And I don't know, on the first night it really resonated with me, because it's like I could hear the pain in the voice, and it didn't break me. It just struck a nerve, because it's like, that's why we're there. Like, that made me feel like I could settle a bit. I know it sounds weird, like someone's screaming in pain and I'm settling. No, it just makes me feel like, it's like, it made me realise that we're just kids going through a rough time. And I feel like that's basically what the whole hospital experience was. And we made quite a good community. I made a lot of friends. Really close with some people still. It's been 2 years after. Some people, like one of my, I'm going to say best friends, is still in hospital. And that's a while. That's like a year and a bit. And it really like hits me hard, because they're such a good person. They just don't deserve everything that's going on in the brain and in their lives. Like, they just deserve so much happiness, and they're still in hospital. It's really sad, but it's what they need, so that's why they're there. 1 minute, let me check my book. Sorry, I didn't know I'd be going on a tangent a lot. I'm just going to try and get through this. So yeah, there were 12 bedrooms in all. It was quite a small ward, but I guess they didn't really need more beds. So yeah, 12 bedrooms and 1 bedroom each. So I had like my own bedroom and own toilet and stuff like that. Seems quite luxurious for NHS, and I'm really appreciative for that. But whenever like one patient left, the bedroom never stayed empty for long. Like, someone always filled it, because it's quite like everyone always needs help. Like, someone always needed help. So I met many different people of all walks of lives. Made friends with people I wouldn't on the outside, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, just different types of people that normally I'd be afraid of or nervous to talk to. But because we were living together, essentially, we just clicked. Like, I don't know. Obviously there was some drama, as if you trap teenage kids for a long time together with no like leave, maybe, it's bound to get a bit dramatic. And I'm gonna be honest and say I did get involved sometimes, but I'm not normally like that. I don't normally get into drama. So yeah, I made friends with people from different walks of life, if that makes sense, that I normally wouldn't. And it really opened my mind not to judge a book by its cover, because we're all there for essentially the same reason, even though we both come from different lives. So yeah, when I said like I missed a lot of school, there was a school in the hospital that we attended every day. It wasn't like 5-6 hours like you have on the outside. I keep saying on the outside, but that's what we used to call it. On the outside, it was just like a morning session or an afternoon session, and teachers would come in to the dining room, and that's where we'd all do it. And like some people, if you were like over the age of 16, because it was the ward was like 13 to 18-year-olds, but if you're like over the age of 16, so if you're like 16, 17, you didn't have to attend because you were in college. But people tried to make you go because it's something to do, because it did get quite mind numbing when you didn't do anything. So yeah, I did go to a few sessions. I did a lot of individual work because I do work better on my own. I don't really work better in a group. So I did a lot of independent learning, which was good. I did get quite a bit done, but I was obviously still behind because I wasn't at school like everyone else. I wasn't doing the exact lessons that everyone else was doing. I was just doing my own thing, so I was still behind, obviously, but I wasn't as behind if I didn't attend the lessons. That makes sense. But yeah, like I was saying before, it could be mind numbing when like you didn't have anything to do because you were there 24/7. Like, some people had leave, which means you can just go outside. Like, there's different sorts of leaves, where you can just go on the hospital grounds, where you can be with the staff and be like supervised, where you could go on your own, but that's when you're like 16 to 17, 18. If you were also like safer as well, going on your own, and also like going out with your parents, and then you could go outside the grounds if you're not at that much risk. So there was like different types of leaves, but mainly hardly anyone had that. So because we were there because of mental health. Like, we weren't all gonna be safe going outside, like on our own, for example. So we weren't trusted. That, I know that sounds bad, but it was good, you know, for our own safety. So yeah, 24/7 inside. Like, it that was the worst part, I think, because you just were so alone. Like, I know you had these 12, like you had 11 other people that were going through the same thing and you were friends, but depression and anxiety and some mental health it's a lonely place, and even when you're surrounded by people, like, it's lonely. So I got into reading quite a bit because I love books. Everyone knows I love books, but I never really read avidly. Like, I was never like obsessed. But then when obviously in hospital there were no like TVs in our rooms or anything like that. It wasn't that high spec. I just started reading a lot and got into so many book series that I wouldn't have read if I didn't get into hospital. But like, it's opened my mind to so many things, and it was such a good escape as well. Like I was saying, it was lonely, and feeling alone didn't help with my mental health. But with these characters in the book and with like reading, it took time away from being alone. It just helped me feel like it just took me to a different world. That's what reading does, it takes you to a different world. So that's why I really love reading and respect authors and writing. I just love it all because it really helped me get through a rough time. Like, the first book the first book series I've ever read was the Maze Runner series, and I'm still a big fan. If anyone knows me, they know that I'm the massive nerd when it comes to Maze Runner, and it was just nice because I could relate to the characters being trapped, if that makes sense. Even though it wasn't obviously as awful, I wasn't getting chased by grievers, but you know. But yeah, it was lonely, and there was like allocated visits. So my family came from time to time, mainly on the weekends, because obviously people finish work, they come home at 5:30, so it's quite late to come up to the hospital because it's quite a while away from where we lived. So I saw my family from time to time. They were really supportive, but it felt like there was a barrier between us because they could see me and hear my mental health deteriorating. They could see me like in such a bad place that they kind of like, if we felt sort of detached because they just wanted to help, but they were reaching out to help, but I wasn't moving to get helped either, if that makes sense. Like, I felt so distant, and it just made me even worse, like, in a sense, because like, I love my family to pieces. They're so supportive and everything, and like being in hospital, it felt like I was kind of being, I don't know what the word is, like just being nasty to their love. Like I'm refusing their love, and it wasn't like that. I needed the extra help that they couldn't provide me. Not because they couldn't love me, it's just because everyone's got their own lives, and I've got my life and I've got to focus in it. My mum's got her life, she's got to focus on it. Like, it's, which I get. I'm not gonna put it against them for like, they were there when they could be, and I'm so grateful for that. And also, like I said, when I got into books, I've got so many books that I read in hospital. Like, I do 24-hour readathons because I didn't have anything else to do, so I would read all day. I tried. I didn't do anything proper. I probably read like a book in a day and that was it, but that's still pretty good. But also I got into music. I was already into music, as you can tell, like piano, if you can see that, and I've got a drum set there. You know, I've always been into music, but I had a lot more time to focus on music. Believe it or not, we were allowed instruments, but it was at our own risk. So I brought my ukulele and my guitar, and obviously they were like, they did risk assess it. They were like, if you're gonna do anything with the ukulele or guitar, you could probably imagine what they were probably saying. We'll have to take it off you, and you know you won't be allowed it. And I was like, fair play. I didn't get it taken off. I didn't do anything. I just played music with it. So yeah, I brought my ukulele and my guitar. I wasn't good at guitar at all when I first brought it. That's why I brought it, so I could, you know, ding, learn it. I was good at ukulele. Ukulele's like an instrument I'm okay at, along with piano. So it's just a lot of time to, you know, get with it. They had a keyboard there, but it was like a communal one, so it was quite broken and old, and some keys didn't work. But it was better than nothing, because I didn't want to bring my trusty keyboard because I didn't want that getting broken, because it's beautiful. So I didn't bring that, even though I missed it so much, because I used to play piano every day before hospital, like making not my fingers bleed, but you know, literally like my fingers ache from playing, because I loved music and piano so much. It just helped me so much. But yeah, I didn't want to bring that in case someone came into my room, and you know, nothing ever like that really happened. I just remembered a time where something did happen like that, but I'm not going to go into detail. But yeah, I didn't want to risk it. But yeah, I played music quite a lot, and me and my friend, I don't know if I should say his name. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But me and my friend, we were really close. Still are. We still keep in contact. He's quite a bit older than me. He's 18, and he lives with his boyfriend. And sometimes I go out with them a bit, and you know, like go to the house or something, or go into town. Like, we just see each other, and it's really nice. I get on with his boyfriend really well as well. So yeah, it's good. We still see each other. But yeah, he does music as well, like my friend. So we used to like write songs together, and like I'd be on ukulele, he'd be on guitar, he'd be singing, I'd be, you know, backing vocals. And it was great, and we'd learn songs, and we'd go on piano sometimes, even though the keys didn't work and they'd stick. And it was nice, just that sort of escape with someone else as well, because I'd never let anyone else into my music before. Like, for me, music is quite an intimate thing. Like, I never let anyone play with me before properly. Like, I jammed out with my dad and my sister, but I never really opened myself and, you know, let the music flow from my heart. Like, I never did anything like that. So it was weird with someone who was going through what I was going through, and like making music together. That was just really cool, and I'd never done that before, and it made me really want to be in a band. So yeah, they go to music college now, and I really want to go to music college. See, which is weird, because right then I never thought of the future. I couldn't bear to think of the future. And thinking of going to college, that's quite a big step for me. I know it's not for everyone else, because, you know, you've got to. But I never thought about the future. I couldn't bear to. So that just shows that I've changed quite a bit since hospital, that I'm thinking about, you know, the future and wanting to be a musician, because that's my main goal in life. All I want to do is be a musician. And when I was playing music with my friend, like, it just opened my eyes to realise that people do understand what you're going through sometimes, and that you can make music with someone with similar issues. Issue sounds bad, you know what I mean. But yeah, I don't know what to say. Sorry, I never really talk about emotions, so this is really new for me, talking about what happened in hospital, because it's weird getting it all down. But yeah, I left. I was in there for 4 months, which the allocated time, they say like roughly you should be there 1 week. The first week is the assessment, so they see how you are, what risk you're at, if you should have leave, all that stuff. So the first week you're not allowed leave at all, so they can watch 24/7 to see who you are as a person. But then any time after that, you should get discharged. So it's their main goal is to get you back into the community, which sometimes I was so angry at, because clearly some people weren't ready to go back into the community, and you'd have to argue, cause like I know people think you want to get out, and then people would be like, you'd think that they want to escape, but sometimes that wasn't for the person's health, it wasn't better for them, so you'd have to argue your cause. But yeah, the allocated time was 6 weeks roughly. So for 4 months that I was there, that's quite a long time, but not as long as other people were in there, sadly. But like I said, my other friend, they're still in hospital now, and it's 2019, so, and they came in a bit after me, probably like a week or 2 after me, and they're still in hospital, and that just breaks my heart, because I just miss them so much. I haven't seen them since. I've talked to them whenever they're on leave and got the phone. But yeah, it's really sad. Sorry. But yeah, so 4 months, and I came back. Like, it was the 6-week holidays. I don't know if people have that in America. I doubt people will be watching from America, but yeah, in Britain we have 6-week holidays, and I came back the last week from the 6-week holidays. I went back into school, and I had no break, because people think being in hospital, I did have all that spare time, but I was constantly working on myself, like constantly working on making myself stronger mentally, that it was tiring, and that I just wanted the 6-week holidays, but nah, I got straight back into school. I did do like a phased return though, where I came in for like 1 lesson on Monday, 2 lessons on Tuesday, you know, like building my way up, and if it got too much, we'd go back down to something, you know. And I'm still doing that phased return now, and I know it's been a year after, but I struggle so much with like socialising, being in the community still, mental health issues. I'm not at that stage where I was in hospital, because I'd probably still be in there. No, I'm not saying I've changed a lot, but I'm not saying that I'm better or worse. I've just changed. Like, being in hospital obviously changed me, because I had to be more independent. I had to get used to being alone. I had to be used to no technology. I know it sounds nothing, but it was weird, because I used to watch YouTube on my phone every night, and then not having my phone, it was weird. So I had to read every night, and then there was no clocks in our room, so I'd lose track of time, and then it'd be sunrise, and I'd still be reading, and I'd be like, oh crap, I'd changed a lot. So when I came out of hospital, my whole like personality changed as well, because you get characteristics of people that you meet, and because I hadn't seen anyone from the outside for quite a while, I just got people's characteristics from who were on the inside. So I changed totally. My humour changed, and my outlook on life, that didn't really change, but you know, the way I presented my outlook on life changed. So yeah, I've definitely changed a lot, and I know that's just because I'm a teenager as well, and that's part of the contract, you know, you change when you grow up. But yeah, I've definitely changed. I feel like I keep saying change a lot, so I'm going to stop that. But yeah, I don't want to mislead you. It's been 25 minutes, so I'm going to say, in the title of the video, it says, why I can't write music anymore. And how you might be thinking that's a bit clickbaity, a bit weird, because you said you were writing music with your friend in hospital, which is true. But since I got out of hospital, I haven't been able to write any music at all. Like, I've been trying so hard, like literally, you should, actually, I'll show you my notebook, like I'll just show you, I can't even explain it. Hi, sorry I dropped you. Yeah, I can't find my notebook. I was doing so well until the end of this video, and now it's just ruined because I dropped my iPad. Yeah, I can't find it. Never mind. It's just full of scribbles because I get so angry because I can't get the emotions out. And I think that's what it is. I was in hospital for so long, and because I was reading and writing and playing music, I wasn't really facing my demons. I was just trying to escape it still, which I don't think was helpful because I don't want to be alone and dealing with my depression, because it's scary. It is scary being in your own mind. So I think since I've come out of hospital, I've kind of detached myself from my emotions, and that hasn't helped towards my creative spark, because normally, you know, you hear about tortured artists, and that's because they're in touch with their feelings and they're okay with expressing that, or they're trying to express that, and I just haven't been able to, and it's really sad because music's all I've really got going for me. Like I said, I want to be a musician, and if I can't write music, that kind of throws a spanner in the works, doesn't it? But I'm trying. Like, I've been writing. I've got a book, like my little notebook here, which I write in a day. So I choose like a story prompt. So in here, for example, I've got Lost at Sea, and then I just write a story in that day, and I try and finish it. But if I don't, it's not a worry. It's because, like, I'm just writing because I want to get that creative spark out. I want to be like not who I was, but I want to be able to write like I used to, because I've written songs before, but then there just seems to be like a writer's block, a music block, stopping me from doing what I love still. It's been a year. I've been trying to just ignore it and be like, yeah, music, yeah, that's like second nature to me, man. But yeah, I do struggle. I'm gonna be honest, I do struggle writing music, and that doesn't help with my GCSEs coming up and having to do a composition in my music GCSE. Well, not just one, two, and then a performance as well. The performance I'm not too bad at because it's other people's songs, like covers, but it's the composition I struggle with because nothing's ever good enough. Like, I make something, I think, oh, this is amazing, and then I go back to it and I think, nah, this is crap. And then it's just like that, and then it's due in March, and it's bloody February now. Yeah. Anyway, that's another story. But yeah, I struggle quite a lot. So if I'm going to be a musician on this channel, I want to be open and honest with you, because that's what music is. I'm putting my heart on my sleeve, and, you know, may as well be honest from the start. Like, it's not a secret that I've got mental health issues, or that I was in hospital, or that I struggle from time to time. I think everybody struggles from time to time. Like, it's just a part of being human. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. And I'm sorry this video was so long, and I'm sorry for dropping you. But I don't really want to edit this because I want it to be au naturel as much as possible. So yeah, hope you enjoy the video. I don't know how to say that. I don't know if you could enjoy it, but yeah, I'm gonna get a drink because I've been talking for bloody ages and my throat is on the brink of expiring. I don't know. So yeah, enjoy your life. Don't look forward to the future if it stresses you out too much. Just live in the now. Read a book. Listen to music. Write a story. Do anything to help your creative juices flowing. Because God knows I've been trying, and I really want to just write a song, even if it's like Black, I don't know. Like, even if it's crap, I just want to get it out there, and I think that's what people should do as well. No matter if you think you're bad or if you're really good, just do it for the sake of doing it, because it'll help you get out there. Anyway, that was enough for the motivational speaking. I'm gonna go now. Never know how to do outros, so I'm just gonna say bye and click it off.